Today I'm going to teach you how to play Have I Told You Lately That I Love You. This is one of those beautiful desert island songs, love songs, that was composed by the Irish singer-songwriter Van Morrison, Van the Man as my dad calls him, and was covered by countless people, I would say probably most notably by Rod Stewart. So the arrangement we're going to learn today is really, really easy, beginner friendly, but it has a couple of what I like to say top shelf touches. So I'm going to show you a couple of voicing strategies in here. Again, nothing really hard. You'll see it all. That sound really, really good and help to give the whole song a little bit more body and character. So let's get started. I'm Brenda Earl-Stokes. I'm the owner and creator of Piano and Voice with Brenda.com. I make creative and practical resources for singers, pianists, and music educators. So we're going to go through my usual 4-step process for song learning. This is foolproof. Step 1, we're going to learn the chords, any voicings, any chord material. Step 2, we're going to learn the groove. Step 3, we're going to learn the hook if there is one. And then step 4, we're going to put the whole wazoo together. So let's make it happen. First off, I have created a sheet here that is a lyrics and chords sheet. These are very, very easy to come by on the internet. You just type in, Have I Told You Lately That I Love You, lyrics and chords, and you'll find a bunch of sites. Some sites are better than others, but you can definitely find a ton of options in there. And what I've done is I've doctored it up a little bit. So usually you play C to E minor, F to G. And while that is pretty, I've decided to flesh it out a little bit more. So we're going to do C to E minor 7 to F over G. And this F over G is actually a sus, a G7 sus. So again, as somebody who's jazz trained, namely me, I like to have this sound because it sounds a little bit fuller. And remember, sometimes things sound fuller on guitar and can sound a little thin on piano. So this is one of those workarounds. After that, we go C, E minor 7, F to F over G again. And then what Van Morrison plays is F for the next chord, but I play an F major 7 to an E minor 7, D minor 7 to F over G. Okay, and that's the whole song is those chords. So let's go through that together, shall we? And just get cozy with these chords. So the first thing we're going to play is just our C chord. And, you know, if we wanted to just play this in root position triads, we could. But I want to show you some options here that sound really, really nice. So for the C chord, you're going to play a first inversion triad, and that means that you're playing the third, the fifth, the root. So you're playing the one with the root on the top or the third on the bottom. And then you're going to go up to here, which is the second inversion. So that's the G, the C, the E. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now for the E minor 7 chord, what you're going to play is a G triad in your right hand with an E in the bass. Isn't that pretty? It's a beautiful chord. And then we're going to go to an F triad. That's our F chord. And then our G7 sus or our F over G is you're going to keep this chord the same and you're going to play a G in your left hand. See that? So it sounds really pretty. Let's go the C, first inversion, second inversion, E minor 7, which is the G triad here with an E in the left hand, F, and then F over G. Have I told you lately that I love you? Have I told you there's no one else above you? Isn't that pretty? Now, we're playing an F major 7. You fill my heart with gladness. You take away all my sadness. So that's the E minor 7 again. G, B, D. Okay, then you're going to go to D minor. See that? And the D minor, I'm playing an F triad with a D in the bass. And so that ends up being the root, the third, the fifth, the seventh. So that's the D minor 7. And then we're going to go to the G7 sus, which is the F triad stays the same. We switch to it. There you go. And then we're going to land on the C in first inversion. So let's do that part. You fill my heart with gladness. You take away all my sadness. You ease my troubles. That's what you do. Then we need a chord that's going to get us back to the top of the song in the C. So you're going to play another G7 sus, the F over G shape. See that? So let's do this much together, okay? Have I told you lately that I love you? F over G. Have I told you there's no one else above you? F major 7. You fill my heart with gladness. E minor 7. You take away all my sadness. You ease my trouble. That's what you do. Good. Beautiful. And that's it. Those are the chords for the entire stinking song from start to finish, which is terrific. So we're going to go into the groove. The groove of this song is our standard pop rock groove. And I'm going to show it to you here on the screen. This is our standard pop rock ballad. So we're going to play 4 quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4 in our right hand. And our left hand is going to go 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and I'm going to show this to you on the piano. You can tap it on your lap, but you can't really see my lap, so I'm going to just tap it on the piano. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and if you wanted to, and when I say if you wanted to, you probably should if this is hard, you could practice tapping the rhythm and singing. Oh, the morning sun and all its glory. You could listen along to the recording, right, of Van the Man or Rod Stewart, whoever floats your boat, and practice tapping this. I strongly recommend that you do that if this is challenging for you to do, because it's one less thing for you to have to worry about while we're working through the song, okay? So we're going to imagine that you've done that, and we're going to go into the song now, and we're going to play the voicings with this rhythm, okay? So 1, 2, 3. Have I told you lately that I love you? Have I told you there's no one else above you? Does this sound pretty? I'm gonna put a little pedal on. Fill my heart with gladness. You take away all my sadness. Ease my troubles, that's what you do. For the morning sun in all its glory greets the day with hope and comfort too. F major 7. You fill my life with laughter, and somehow you make it better. Ease my troubles, that's what you do. Here's the bridge, F major 7. There's a love that's divine, and it's yours and it's mine like the sun. And at the end of the day, we should give thanks and pray to the one. G7 sus. To the one. Now, don't panic. There's an instrumental section here, okay? And what you're going to do is play the root and the fifth of each one of the chords that's there. So you're going to play a C and a G for the C chord, E and B for the E minor chord, F and C, G and D. So you're going to go 1, to, because you're going to play a little piano solo now, because why not? And your right hand is going to play any of the white notes you like. Okay, so let me show you. Isn't that pretty? Good. Now let's get to the bridge again. And there's a love that's divine, and it's yours and it's mine like the sun. You can go like this. And at the end of the day, we should give thanks and pray to the one. F over G, to the one. Have I told you lately that I love you? You can simplify the groove and just play half notes here. Have I told you there's no one else above you? Let's get back into that pattern again. Fill my heart with gladness, take away all my sadness, ease my troubles, that's what you do. Repeat. Fill my heart with gladness, take away all my sadness, ease my troubles, that's what you do. One more time. Fill my heart with gladness, you take away all my sadness, ease my troubles, that's what you do. And if you want to, you can go. Isn't that so pretty? It's actually really nice, right? And primarily all you're playing is triads, except that one F major 7 chord, but it's relatively easy to do. This is yet another example of singing and playing piano at the same time doesn't have to be hard. This is my whole mission in life, is to try to get all of the people who want to sing and play piano to be able to do it. It doesn't take years and years and years of training. You can really do it just by having a basic knowledge of chords and, you know, hanging out with me for a little bit so I can show you how to do it. This is almost exactly how I would play this, or how I do play this when I'm playing it professionally in a piano bar or at a party, or, you know, any of those kinds of circumstances. I played on a cruise ship for several years in a sing-along piano bar kind of setup, and I played it always like this, and everybody loved it. So this is really professional sounding, very effective sounding, and as you can tell, not too hard to play. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure you leave it a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. These things matter. If more people are going to see my work, I'm going to need your help in all those algorithmic kind of things. If you want to know more about me, you can check out my website, pianoandvoicewithbrenda.com. There you can sign up for my weekly newsletter. I give out all kinds of wonderful freebies, tons of great resources on the site, and you can find out how you can work with me if you want to work with me one-on-one on Zoom, or if you want to join my membership, The Versatile Musician, where I give you fantastic, amazing information like this, resources, printables, tutorials, courses, you name it. I hope this was fun for you today, and happy practicing.